Welcome back to The Dog Who Fishes. I'm your host, the dog. Today I want to talk about boredom. Why do I want to talk about boredom? Because I've been feeling bored. Why have I been feeling bored? What the fuck, how'd I get there? I've been feeling bored, I feel like, not in a good way. I feel like the type of boredom I'm experiencing is a type that I'm getting because I'm distracted and lacking focus, and because I'd rather fucking scroll Reddit or scroll Instagram Reels or just go on a Google rabbit hole about a subject when I meant to be doing something else. I got a fucking teleport for that. So, I've been watching videos about boredom. It's interesting. Because I'm feeling bored, I'm watching stuff about boredom. I was watching Healthy Gamer talk about boredom. I was watching some nerd PhD person talk about boredom. And then I went into a rabbit hole about sensory deprivation. And that was interesting to look into. I was like, oh, what are the effects of sensory deprivation for an extended period of time? And obviously you go crazy. I watched that Vsauce video where he trapped himself inside a white room with no stimulation. There's just bottles of food and water and a toilet in the corner. And Michael Stevens, aka Vsauce, went a bit crazy. He struggled a lot with just boredom, but also the lack of stimulation made him become more mentally deficient in a way. Like, he lost track of when he was trying to count. He was confused between reality and a dream. He started dreaming about... His dreams started exclusively being about being in the room. I notice I'm not fishing, but I'm stimming by walking. I do this in Minecraft too when I play Minecraft, where when I'm talking, I'll just walk around. Anyways, I have been distracting myself, and usually I'm the type of person who sets restrictions on myself so that I can't access certain websites, and I have been doing that to some degree, but focus has been hard, and I think there's layers to why focus has been hard, but I think learning my relationship with boredom would probably help that. I guess it depends on my excuse for not just doing things. There's definitely an aspect to being intimidated by the task I'm meant to do as well. I think if I'm making music, I sometimes if I get to a block or feel like I'm not enjoying what I'm making, it feels preferable to just do something else. My phone is on 10%. Little fact, I record my audio on my phone. I have microphones, but part of me doing the Doggy Fishes is lowering the barrier of entry for engaging with experimentation. My friend recently had a dream that I was trying to do some watercoloring, and that was definitely a consequence of seeing me experiment with different mediums within the Fishes, of how to talk, of engaging with story, or with writing a story, or writing a poem, or just saying what's on my mind. I have found it fulfilling to experiment more. I'm getting sidetracked. We were talking about boredom. What about boredom? Wow, a ripper. I think here's a weird one. I value I think I value boredom as like a intentional boredom to promote creativity, but I'm also thinking, oh my goodness. I'm not thinking, oh my goodness, but I'm thinking, am I fixating on thinking about boredom and my lack of tolerance for boredom because it's a way for me to rationalize me just not focusing on the task that I'm meant to be doing? I think that's something I struggle with. And I don't just struggle with doing it, I struggle with having the awareness to know the difference. Because, for example, there are 100 reasons that are arguably valid for why I struggle to focus and give in to that by opening Reddit or something. And often I'll rationalize it. Well, I don't know how often, but I'll ask like, oh, am I hydrated enough? Have I eaten enough? Did I get enough sleep? Am I eating the right things? Am I consuming the right media? Am I consuming enough media or consuming too little media? Am I being overwhelmed by how high of a bar I've set for myself, or am I setting too low of a bar for myself? And there's all these questions that I have. And maybe, in a more meta sense, I do that because it's easier to rationalize than just facing the kind of boring reality that I'm just not doing it. It's a hard one. It's so hard to draw the line between is this because of this or is it because of me? Because I do believe there's a certain amount of grace that people should have for themselves when they're struggling with focusing on something, and it's I don't know. Focusing is hard. Sometimes. And to confront my self-image when I'm not focused is also difficult. I don't really know how to conclude these thoughts. I think it's hard to know whether the solution is to be harder on myself in terms of to think about it less and be like, oh, you should just do it, or easier on myself and rationalize my lack of focus with the habits I have. Those motherfuckers are floating. Procrastination is such a strange thing. I think that I think if it was let me think how to word this. I think if a very mediocre person, maybe that's not the right term or phrase for it, but I think someone with mediocre ability who doesn't struggle with procrastination could probably achieve a inspiring and could end up with an inspiring level of mastery at whatever craft they try if they did not struggle with procrastination. I do think there are some people who are very naturally some people who are very naturally gifted at things and maybe have a genetic predisposition to being good at certain things. But I think since focus is such a big problem, I don't think it takes someone with a I don't think you have to have an especially magical biological predisposition to something if we didn't struggle with focus. I guess it's a bit different for the field of sports to some extent, but I'm talking within my own mediums. I'm talking within the mediums of making art, making music. Yeah. I think I used to be more afraid of the silences in these videos, but I think I'm learning the benefits of just, whoa, what the fuck? What the hell? Of just sitting with the silence rather than it just ascended to heaven. Of sitting with the silence than trying to desperately articulate a thought. There's weed? I don't know there's weed in this shit. Oh, I keep forgetting to use the bucket. Bucket, please. How do I fucking put it in the... Okay, I did it. Nice. What? Okay, I'm good. Watch. Okay, I don't want to interrupt it. Ah! Ah! Okay. Ah! Okay, let's go back there. Okay. Okay, let's get back to what we were talking about. We were talking about how there would be more fucking very, on the outside, very gifted people if we didn't struggle with focus. Today I've struggled a lot with focus. I think I already said that. And when I struggle to focus, I often feel guilt. Guilt is a strange thing. Guilt is strange because humans seem to be the only ones who experience it. I mean, people say dogs experience guilt, but I don't know if they have the capacity to understand it. Or at least, well, it's kind of fucking stupid to say, but the capacity to understand it in a human way. So, I ask myself, how do I focus more?
do I focus more by does feeling less guilt help me be more focused? I don't think so. Well, you can barely see my color at the bottom of my neck. It's a cute color, but I honestly prefer... There's another type of color which I have in real life that I prefer the look of. Okay, that was a tangent. Oh, someone's coming. Why is this person walking rather than running? Heck, hello. Okay. Are you a heavy drinker? I lost my train of thought, sorry. I like this time frame. What the fuck? The CEO. I am cheese. Good to meet you. How often do you get? Never. How are you the CEO of cheese and no one has ever been cheesed to me? What the fuck? They even look like cheese. Ventano cheese. The cheese. Did you hear about the cheese heist that happened 2 weeks ago? Why is the CEO of Cheese's voice so deep? What? Is this a real thing? Okay, I think I've lost my train of thought too much. I'm probably gonna end the episode. Holy shit. Oh, that's really cute. Thank you. Usually I return to spawn, but I think I'll sell my bait and then end the episode there. Thank you to all of the dogs and fishes who be dogging and fishing and watching along. This episode has been me talking about boredom. And yeah, I'm the Ducky Fishes, and thank you for watching.